Good afternoon, everyone. Today our group gonna present about the topic of the medical care cost of the obesity and instrumental variables approach. So this paper is to estimate the impact of the obesity on medical costs in order to address the endogeneity of weight and to reduce the bias from the reporting error in weight. In terms of introduction, let's see. They are using data from the Medical Expenditure Panel Survey for 2000 to 2005 and moreover, right, in the United States, the prevalence of obesity defined as the body mass index or BMI is more than 30. It has been rising for at least 5 decades and has more than doubled in the past 30 years. Moreover, in 2007 to 2008, they got 33.8% of American adults were chronically obese. This is troubling because obesity is associated with an increased risk of myocardial infarction, stroke, type 2 diabetes, cancer, and more. Empirical model. So you can see left hand side and right hand side, right? So first of all, let me start with the left hand side, which is identification method of the instrument variable. Ideally, to measure the effect of obesity on medical care costs, we would conduct a random control trial in which a large number of people would be divided between a treatment group and control group, after which the treatment group would be enrolled in enough extra weight to make them obese. So there are two requirements of an instrument. First one is it must be powerful. The weight of the biological relative is a powerful predictor of the weight and responded because roughly half the variation in the weight across people is genetic in origin. And the second is requirement is validity. The instrument must be uncorrelated with the error term in the second state. And the right hand side, which is two-part model of medical expenditure. To estimate the impact of the BMI and obesity on the medical spending, they use a two-part of model of medical expenditure. Firstly, to estimate the probability of the positive medical expenditure, and the second thing is estimate the level of the medical expenditure conditional on the having any. Research suggests that the relationship between body weight and health status is not linear. In particular, the underweight BMI is less than 18.5 and obese BMI more than equal 30 have higher mortality than the healthy weight, which is 18.5 less than equal BMI less than 25 and overweight 25 less than equal BMI less than 30. Data Medical Expenditure Panel Survey or MEPS. So the Medical Expenditure Panel Survey is a comprehensive nationally representative survey of the United States civilian non-institutional knowledge population that has been conducted annually since 1996 and use an overlapping panel design. So information from the household is supplemented by the expenditure data collected directly from the participants' medical service provider. Moreover, they limit the sample adults between the age of 20 and 64, also children between the age of 11 years and 20 years, and exclude the pregnant women. In addition, they use two primary measures of the medical spending in their empirical model. And moreover, MEPS data are collected through the stratified multi-state probability design, and moreover, they use the method of the balanced repeated replication to estimate the standard error in their 2PM and the method of the bootstrapping with the 500 replication in the instrument variable QTE model as well.
For the results, Summary statistics. Men 79% incur medical expenditures at the average of $1,999. For women, 88% incur in medical expenditures at the average of $2,617. 78% of expenditures covered by third-party payers, and average BMI for men is around 28 and for women is around 27. The obesity prevalence is at 28%. Impact of obesity spikes from BMI range of 37 to 40. Power and validity of instruments. 32 first-stage F statistics show instrument power at the average of 144, and the Hansen's test supports instrument validity in 32 tests. Consequently is weight, obesity, BMI, and medical expenditures. BMI and obesity linked to increased medical costs. Obesity raises third-party medical expenditures significantly. BMI beyond mean raises medical expenditures by $154 in pooled sample. And lastly, obesity raises medical expenditures by $2,826 in the pooled sample. Now for the quantile treatment effect. Obesity impact varies across expenditure distribution. There is higher impact at upper percentiles, especially for women. Next is the topic of direct medical cause of obesity. The annual direct cause of obesity is $22.9 billion, and the majority, or 90%, borne by third-party payers. Last but not least, for my part, is the generalizability. Sample limitations to adults with biological children, and the comparison suggests that IV results may underestimate general population impact. Finally is the falsification test. Falsification tests support specificity and sensitivity of the IV model. There is no evidence of spurious results, so the findings are likely to reflect true causal effect.
Next, the discussion part. This paper gives the first estimate of how obesity affects medical costs. For both men and women, the impact is $2,826 on average, with $3,696 for women and $1,171 for men. And few people with high BMI and medical costs mainly influence this average. Next, the IV models or the instrumental variable model reveals a higher causal impact of obesity on medical costs compared to the previous research. The estimated effect is 3,115, significantly higher than 1,429 estimate reported in Finkelstein 2009. Also, combining healthy weight and overweight categories seems reasonable here, supported by similar healthcare costs between two groups. We can see at Figure 1 to Figure 3, and no higher mortality risk for the overweight compared to the healthy weight group. Next, let's see important implications of finding that the causal impact of obesity on medical care costs is greater than the previously appreciated. The first one, the results of this paper are informative regarding to the cost effectiveness of government programs to reduce and prevent obesity. And the second one, new findings suggest that insurance companies spend more on treating obesity-related illnesses, indicating a potentially stronger business case for this company to cover effective obesity treatments. And for the limitations, weight and height information is based on self-reported data rather than direct measurements. And another one, the implemented IV method is applicable only to adults with biological children,
So, caution is advised when extending our findings to the entire U.S. adult population. For the conclusion, this paper is significant as it offers the initial estimates of the causal impact of obesity on medical care costs. These findings carry substantial implications for insurance, government policy, and assessments of the cost-effectiveness of anti-obesity interventions. Here are our group members. Thank you for your attention.